All right, Coach. Obviously, Saturday huge. 2 wins and then the dramatic walk-off win in Game 2. Just talk about the feeling in the locker room after those wins and maybe how you can carry that momentum going forward.
Oh, it was big. The players were very excited. Because a lot of hard work. This team stays together. I mean, I was very happy for them because I know that it's been tough here and there. There's a couple different losing streaks and that kind of thing. But to stay together as a team and to continue working hard, that was just big for the program. But I was happy for the kids.
Does it hold any more weight, I guess, because of those struggles and even going one day earlier with Friday that it was 15-1, and then you come back and still respond to take the series? Does that make it more special?
I think it does. I mean, certainly. I mean, because the guys have that confidence that it is there. That we can win games, we can come up big when needed be. And good defense, good pitching, some clutch hits. Guys stay with their plan and our plan, and it was just big. It was good for the freshmen. To come up big and that excitement that they bring, it was just great to see. It really was.
Was there a message delivered Friday night, or hey, well, I guess better phrase, what was the difference between the 2 nights?
I just think we just talked after the game Friday was that we're better than what we showed. And that we have to keep playing, and tomorrow's a new day, and all those types of cliches, but it was more or less, hey, there's still a series to win, and we can do this. We did put two wins together the weekend before to win that series at Lemoyne, that we know that we can win a series and win 2 games in a row, and I know the guys had that inside of them. And that's what they were thinking about after Friday's game.
Obviously, Phil and Swicka were both good on Saturday, but also the move from the rotation to the pen for McCullough. Just talk about your rationale there and how much that helped out, obviously, on Saturday.
That certainly did, and Kevin did such a fine job last year in that role. From maybe taking little lumps early on in the season as a freshman, but then being strong halfway and towards the end of the year. We felt that was a good move for us to have him on the back end, and it paid off. And with Phil, staying dominant, throwing a lot of fastballs, locating that was very, very good. Obviously, the thing that I liked seeing too was what Robert Swicka gave us in Game 2. After that, during that inning of giving up 3, that could have been easily more runs, and he minimized. I think we got a double play in there, but he minimized, but then also gave us 3 more innings of strong ball to keep us right there, and I thought that was a very, very key in Game 3 of Saturday.
There's been a good track record here recently of guys getting drafted, signing professional contracts. What's Phil's status, I guess, with those scouts and things like that?
I've talked to a couple. They like his velo, but what they like even more than his velo is that his velocity on fastball, that he has some movement on that fastball. It's just not a straight upper 90s, upper 80s, low 90s velocity. They like that he has movement along with that, and then plus you put the 6'7" frame with that. They really like that, but I think he's doing a very good job. He's opening up some eyes with the professional scouts. I've talked with some. On my end, what I do is leading into the weekend, halfway through, during the middle of the week, I'll send out our weekend starters, and so they know when our pitchers are throwing what game and what time. So those scouts are there, and they appreciate that. That's what they'd like to know, so they can plan their weekend of who they need to see and that kind of thing. But that's something that we do, in the background a little bit, to help our guys, and especially this year for Phil.
Moving to the other side now, good defense again. You've talked about that, still leading the league in hitting or in fielding, but on the hitting side, Booch stayed hot, but you got a lot of help from Schroth, Lapari, with the big hit, and then Leon coming back with the strong thing. Just talk about how good it is to get 4 or 5 guys going now.
Well, getting David back is huge, because that's our leadoff guy, and when you get him back, that gives some stability with everyone else, and able to, maybe move Neil, or we move Neil up a little bit, maybe in a spot where Drew Dosh would be, and we're hoping to get him back soon, but also to put Phil down a little bit, where he's going to maybe see more fastballs and feel a little bit more comfortable where he was hitting early on when he was starting to play, and to gain some confidence back there, and to give us what we need in that spot. But to have a lot of those guys going, Booch is way over 300 now, but he's coming up with key hits. It was big to lead off, in the ninth, and JB coming up strong again there. But guys are starting to, and I think it would be easy with a losing streak, like I said before, or maybe a loss like that. Guys are still working hard together, and they're staying with that team concept of hitting, getting bunts down there, or hit and run, and they're not thinking so much on their individual stats, but more importantly, they're thinking of what can I do to help this team win, or how can I advance. And we talk about advancing runners all the time, and they're doing a good job of really trying to do that.
Looking forward to this coming week now. Short 2-game series, Tuesday, Wednesday with Kent State. Just talk about mindset for midweek games, and what Kent State brings.
Sure, Kent State's very strong. Beaten some very tough teams this year, year after year traditionally. But our thing is we have to continue to build the momentum from this weekend. Just because it's people say non-conference games or whatever, midweek games get people work. They're still important. They're still games. They still count. We want to win just as much as on the weekend. But we are going to move a couple guys around to get some at bats and some playing time that is important, that they get that work. So if we do need someone that usually doesn't play or in that starting lineup all the time, they're still fresh for the weekend. That they haven't gone weeks at a time without playing, and we expect them to pinch hit, say on a weekend, and they're cold. So it's important that we get a lot of people good work and strategically do that in a way that we still got a really good chance to win.
Obviously, taking 2 out of 3 against Butler was huge. Now you look forward to Valpo. They're at 6-3, right ahead of you in the standings, projected kind of to finish around the same spot. Just talk about going to their place and trying to take 2 out of 3 again.
They play very tough there, but I think with the momentum that we have and the way we have it set up now, I like our chances. I really do. I like how this team just stays together, and they're doing whatever they can to complement each other, to do whatever's best for this team. And whenever you have that going on, that really helps when you are on the road. To stay together and to be tough and mentally tough, and I think that going to Valpo is a very, very important weekend, and as I said, they play very strong. I mean, they're coming off a sweep at Cleveland State. Now they're coming back home. They're feeling pretty good, to come home after a sweep. They're going to be ready, and they're very well coached, and they play with a lot of confidence at home. But I like our momentum going into this weekend too.